Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light, oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. We're answering your questions all across the nation. And I'm so excited to be connecting with all of you. It is the week of love. Where is the love you said you'd give to me? Where is that love, right? Well, we want to bring in the love. If you have love, if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, whatever your love story is, we want to talk to you tonight, and we want to explore the possibilities of what love can bring for you. And there's so many forms of love. We have our love of our friends, our coworkers, our family, our children, and then, of course, our love with the divine creator, that divine connection. And there's that love of self, which many of us, have been trained to think was a bit selfish, to love self. But we must love ourself. We must honor ourselves. We must look at ourselves in worth and worthiness, and to understand that we are the expression of divinity in motion. So with that magnificent energy, how could you not love all of you? So wherever you are, even if you're driving, you take a little wink up into the rearview mirror and just give yourself one of those looks. You know that look like, gosh, I'm good. And tell yourself, I love me. I love all of me. I am just spectacular. I love me. And if you're not feeling particularly in love with yourself, and we've all had that moment, then what can you do to shift and change it? Let's explore that tonight. Let's talk about how can we shift the conscious feeling within to envelop love all around you? Do you want to be a magnet of love, a divine connection to every loving experience in your life? Do you want to see love in every aspect around you, in the trees, in the clouds, in the rocks, in the little animals, and gosh darn it, even a little lizard running around here in South Florida? Yeah, my friend the lizard decided he wanted to run on me in the house. Well, after he heard my very high-pitched scream, yes, indeed, lizard too will feel the love and say, it's safer outside. But how much love do you have for the world? You see, this is a time where the world needs love more than you could ever imagine. And we're all in this position of so many emotions that have taken us off our personal track. We haven't really felt the energy of that safety, that familiarity in quite a while. So it's got many of us feeling a bit, well, here's the buzzword of the, 2019 and 20 and now 21, triggered. Anyone feeling a little triggered? Well, that trigger feeling is just all the energy of things that have been left dormant inside that we haven't resolved. And many of us had to take a good look in the mirror during 2020 and ask ourselves what was out of sorts and why couldn't we find that center and peace. And I have to say, never before these times have I ever sat in front of so many people, even people who normally have it all together, feeling a lot of anxiety, feeling out of sorts. So somewhere you've unplugged from the divine love, the divine flow, and you can't find your way back to safety. But do you remember the love of a mother? Do you remember how great it felt when you would maybe walk across the street and your mom would hold your hand and you would be like, Mommy, hold my hand, or Mommy, can I have this toy? And you would look at her with such hope and love. Sometimes you'd get a big no, but it was that energy of you felt safe to say whatever you wanted to say and be your cute self. And then we evolve, and then we realize that there's a time and a place to say things, and sometimes it's not the proper time to be in the energy of our wonderful self when our parents are entertaining their friends. It's not the time for us to show off our latest and greatest cartwheel right when the hors d'oeuvres are right there on the coffee table. We learn the rules and regulations of life. And somewhere inside, we lose the fire, the passion, the feeling of the authentic self, that person you are inside. You see, that's the key to all of love. Loving yourself, recognizing who you are so that you can feel safe and you can feel worthy and you can feel good enough and you can have healthy lines, or another buzzword, boundaries. And these ways of keeping yourself in a safe container, yet fully engaging in an authentic way, vulnerable, yet not afraid to show who you are. This is the journey of the human experience. And let me tell you, that takes a lot of love. It requires us to learn to love the things about ourselves that we know need some work. Now, come on, everyone. I know you've got a couple of spots in your personality, just a few, that you would like to kind of buff out, smooth around on the edges. Now, those of you who have a really big list, it can't be all that bad. You've got to change some of the thoughts that you have around yourself. And often, we're more hard on ourselves than anyone else. And then there's that love that we can feel when we're in this energy of primary partnership, connection. And we know when we have that love, when we feel that connection, you just feel good knowing that they're there. And love, secure love, doesn't need to know every 2 seconds, do you love me? What's wrong? Love just is love. It doesn't need constant reassurance. Those are our insecurities kind of popping up. And chances are we've all been there. And love does not need to put a tracker on someone's car. That's called you don't trust your partner. And love doesn't need a chauffeur either. Love is something that is an energy of connectivity that offers an opportunity for you to be yourself and for you to develop communication and expand that feeling while managing all the idiosyncrasies and the intricate parts of your personality. You see, this is one of God's greatest experiments, to create us in the energy and essence of love. We are pure love. And drop this ball of love, this energy, this soul, into a physical embodiment, and then put us in the group of another physically embodied people and have them teach us and train through their experiences so that we can adapt their ways and personality, understandings of life and their vision and their fears. And then all the journey is to find our way back to loving ourselves while unlearning some of the well-meaning lessons that were taught to us along the way. I bet you never looked at love that way. You see, it always goes back to yourself. But then there are those of us who, well, someone in the Facebook feed, one of our followers, one of my students, Caitlin, she said on her playlist, she would have Endless Love. That's a beautiful song. It's an endless love, right? And that's what someone wants, this love that is never ending, a connection, this romantic, heartfelt feeling. That's what the month of February calls to, says to your heart, hey, you want to be loved. You want to be appreciated. You want to feel the feeling of love. And you want someone to value you. And you want to know that they love you. How exciting is it when you're in that energy of love? And for those of you who have a partner or someone you're just getting to know, there's that excitement. But I know there are many listening that you think love will never find you, that love is elusive, that it's forgotten you, that it doesn't have the feeling for you as you once thought it could, and you've given up hope. That's that empty feeling that many people feel around Valentine's Day, and often around the holidays as well, because they don't have that safe feeling, that connection. So how do you tell someone who's in that feeling that there's love for them when they're feeling alone, maybe afraid, maybe thinking that as life continues, they'll always be alone. So many of you have experienced that. And many of you get into your next relationship or partner based out of fear, not out of confidence and joy and harmony. Because the fear is, I don't want to be alone. So this person, well, they seem to care. And it makes me feel good. So I'll give it a try. Because Lord knows I don't want to be alone. And there's this complicated experience around love that perhaps doesn't need to be. You see, love shows up. Love does the things that count. Sure, love is great when it's roses and chocolate and candy, perfume, presents and dinners and limo rides down the street. Love shows up. But those things are temporary. They're experiences that create memories, that light the spark and deepen the fire. But the real fire of love is a conscious, dedicated, directed intention of showing up every day. Showing up first for yourself. Honoring yourself. You cannot give to another what you do not have to give to yourself. And when you show up in the energy of love for yourself, and the cup becomes full, it is then that there's this endless love you can give. And of course, many of us have had many things happen in the journey of life, and so I know that cup isn't always full. But still you show up. You make sure that certain things are done, what needs to be done, what needs to be shared. And you show up for communication, and you express how you're feeling. And you listen when your partner talks. And when you choose to disagree, which will happen, you understand that it doesn't mean that the love is gone. It just means you have a different point of view. And from that secure feeling of self-love with a cup that is always doing its best to stay full, you realize that your opinion is able to be voiced, and that the judgment isn't that at all. That's a limited belief. You realize that the other person's choice to disagree doesn't mean they don't love you, because love knows no end of time. Love is continual. And if you truly love someone, you will always love them in your heart. Yes, there will be loving relationships that may not be at a vibrational match, and they may choose to part ways because one or the other has outgrown, or the partners didn't do enough to communicate and too much resentment has built up. Or maybe you got into the relationship for the wrong reasons, which at the time seemed very right. So it was the right choice for the moment. But perhaps you engaged in a relationship that was based on fear. You didn't want to be alone. Or the person made you feel better than the partner before, and you fell in love with the idea of how they treated you, but you never took the time to really get to know them and understand each other. So there's so many reasons why we connect with other people. But I promise you that there's no mistakes in the choices you make. And every person that you meet on the journey of life that you choose to express love with and to, each one of those moments is bringing you back to center. Is bringing you back to the center of the one love that is connected to the divine love. Is bringing you back to the center of the essence of ultimately who you are, a being of love. And that life may get a little crazy, and things may get in the way. And yes, there will be days that are less than feeling perfect. But you can still choose to love yourself and honor yourself. And in the journey, cause no harm to another. Hurt people hurt people. There's a journey for each one of us. And the journey is to love ourselves first. But for those of you on this Valentine's Day week that want love to come into your life, and you've sat there and you've kind of looked out the window pane and asked, where is love? When is it coming? Love yourself first and see the vision of the perfect love that you choose to experience, and hold the feeling of what it would feel like to be with the person, whether they're here with you at this moment or not. And choose to feel the feeling, even if no one's there. I have a song to share with all of you. It's called Love, Where Are You? And it's about just that. Someone looking out on the window pane and asking love, where are you? When are you coming? And where are you coming from? So let's take a listen to Love, Where Are You?
Love, where are you? Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Playing in a different theater. We are here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And I'm answering your questions all across the nation. You got a question about love, you want to know about love, you want to know about love, you want to know about your business, your career, whatever you've got going on, we're going to answer it. And we're tuning into the angels' messages of love as well because, hey, it's a love show and we are connecting to all of you. You've got a question on Facebook, pop it into the feed. We're going to be answering your questions in Facebook in just a moment. Got a question in YouTube, pop it in the feed. We're going to continue to answer your questions. And we've got such passion coming up for all of you that, wait, before we get to those phone lines, I just want to tell you about tomorrow night. Let's go on a date. Just us. and everyone else in the class. We've got a class trip, but we're going to the land of Zoom. La 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 la. We're going to the land of Zoom for our love class. And we're going to do a new moon ceremony for love on our new moon and our new wonderful love class that we've got planned for all of you. I hope to see you. You can go to sarahspiritual.com, and it is going to be under the classes section. So you just go right there on the front page. You'll see it. Register for the class. There's a coupon code. Let's be sure that everyone knows there's a coupon code. And that class, after your $10 coupon code, only costs $9. So we need to be sure that you are registered for that class. You want to create love, more loving relationships. You want to have a love. You want to have better loving relationships with your children. You want to enjoy your employees. You want to love your coworkers, even though they drive you crazy. We've got a class for you. Join me tomorrow night. Go to sarahspiritual.com. We've got another class coming up, and I would be remiss if I did not mention my spiritual protection class. We need to have to spiritually cleanse and protect. Yes, you've got to do that. Sometimes you got to put the shields up. It's like the Starship Enterprise. We don't know what Vulcan ship is coming after us, so we got to make sure we seal ourselves off, and we've got that class coming up on February 23rd, that's 2/2/3/2021, and that class is only $11 after you pop in that coupon code. So we sure hope you join me, and we've got more classes coming up. We've got a drum roll, please. Very busy, very exciting class lineup for everyone. You want to know how to do certain things spiritually. You want to know how to connect with the 4 archangels. You want to go on to a meditation with the Ascended Masters into the crystal caves where all the wisdom is. Do you want to go into the energy of how to create a miracle with your prayers and lighting a candle? We've got those classes and more coming up. So you stay tuned at sarahspiritual.com. There's even a spot right there on the Sarah Spiritual page where you could join our newsletter and be a part of all the excitement and all the great things we've got coming up. So we'll drop that in our wonderful feed on Facebook. They could put the link to the newsletter so that you are all signed up to know exactly what's going on. So I'm going to go to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. Thanks, everyone, for picking up the phone. And one more request. Oh, please, share the page. I want to know you share the page. I want to know you share the love. And I got to feel the love because it's the love week. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see who I've got. I got to go to someone who's been on hold. I actually think they were the first call here. Yeah, I was barely in the seat, warm in the seat. So I got to go to Naples. I have someone by the name of Tony on the line in Naples. Tony, what's going on?
Yes, hello.
Hey, Tony.
I just want to, yes, hello?
Yes, good to hear you. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
So, Tony, how'd you hear about the show?
My sister?
Your sister, great.
Sisters.
Your sisters. Plural. Well, you mean I'm part of your family you didn't know? Why wasn't I at a Christmas dinner? What's up?
All right.
So, Tony, what's your question for us?
I just want to know if any of my loved ones are around me.
Okay. We will tune into that. And the way we best do that is you and I begin a conversation, and then we will be able to see if someone steps forward to me. So the first thing that I see here for you, Tony, is that this year is really about who are you, who have you come to be, kind of like stepping into the meaning of life. And I feel as if the loss of loved ones has also made you question the energy of the meaning of life and what's our purpose here and how quickly we can go. Does that make sense to you? They're making me feel that there's a movement, though, in work and career. I see increase coming to you. So if you are planning to expand some type of role in work and business, this is what I see coming for you. And they take me into the energy after your birthday. I'm going to move you into the month of March. After your birthday, I feel like there's some increase coming for you. They're also talking to me about a trip in October. Does this make any sense to you?
I'm not sure about a trip in October, but
well, then
there's a few trips coming up.
Okay. I see a trip, and I feel like there's a big one coming in October or something that will be important for you, okay? And they make me feel like I want you to write that down because there's something coming in the fall. Marker on the calendar goes to the month of October, okay? Let me work with the energy a little bit more and see if I can get someone to step forward for you. I know that I am made aware of a male energy who stands connected to you. So I am connecting to that energy as well, and that seems to be on the father's side of the family. Does that make any sense to you? Father's side of the family, I want to place it, though, above the father. I don't want to say it's the father. I want to feel like it's the grandfather energy. Your grandfather passed on your dad's side of the family, please?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, it might be my dad.
It might be your dad. Okay, it's in the dad's placement of the family, but I thought it was a little bit older, so I'm going to work with that energy here. So let me see if I can get you a little bit more information on the fly here as we make this connection here, Tony. And then the month of June seems to be connected to someone in the family. Whose birthday or anniversary is in the month of June, please?
My kids.
Okay.
And my stepkids.
And your stepkids, because June seems to be an important month. That's something that they're pointing out to me. So that's where birthdays are, primary birthdays for all of you and your family, please. Yes? Okay.
Just a few of us.
Okay.
I mean, most of us are...
In the fall and the spring, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, we'll just keep going, but I just know that there's birthdays anniversary in the month of June, so thank you for that confirmation that there is birthdays in June. Bear with me here. No, the man that I see is there, but he's not stepping forward. I can't make a strong connection with him, Tony, right now to give you anything further than that. But I do know that there's a man standing in the position of father, grandfather. He feels older than your dad, so I actually feel as if it is your father's father who's there. But I do want to let you know that you are very much loved from the other side. They do send you much love from the father's end of the side of the family on the other side, all right?
Okay.
All right. You have another question for me, because that is the connection that I'm able to establish in this quick time that we have.
Yes, maybe a woman maybe on the other side.
Okay.
Pretty young.
That is all that stepped forward. That doesn't mean that she's not there, but that is all that stepped forward in that connection there. So that's the only connection I can make for you at this time, Tony. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
Okay.
888-565-1470. We're going to go right back to the phone lines. And, it's interesting. When we're making connections on the other side, we can't always guarantee that we're going to get the exact person that you want or the exact connection that will give us the information. Not sure what they're always doing up there, but they're not always readily available. So we send Tony much love, knowing that his loved ones are with him, and that we hope ideally he will be able to establish a connection to get the evidence of what he would love to have as confirmation of life on the other side. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470, and I've got to go to Idaho, and I got Stacy on the line. Stacy, how you doing in Idaho?
Hi, Sarah. I'm doing great.
Good to make this connection with you. So how's the weather in Idaho?
Actually, it's clear, but we do have a lot of snow.
Okay, well, we got sunshine, but I won't rub that in. So Stacy, let me tell you what I've got going on for you here. The first thing that they make me aware of is that this energy is really about stepping out of the boundaries and the confines of what you're used to, kind of thinking a little bit differently, creating a better energy so that you feel stronger in what you want to do next. I feel like this is a crossroad time for you, and it is a time of creativity. When I move you into next year, I kind of feel like a lot of socializing, a lot of connections with people, and I actually feel like the groundwork that you lay now is going to set you for next year's work money flow. So there'll be strong financial flow coming in next year. This year is just your creative moments here, and I feel a strong connection with the angels around you. You talk to the angels, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I've got Archangel Gabriel, which makes me feel a lot of creativity around you, Stacy. And this creativity makes me feel as if you're exploring journaling, connecting messages, and feeling just very loved by the angels. That's the best way I can describe it. Stacy, what's your question for me?
I would like to know if you see a career with my spiritual journey.
I do. And this year is getting creative with it and stepping out of the box. And then when I move you into next year, I feel like that's a time where we really network and make all those connections to broaden the horizon. It is the time where we really increase and have those finances come in for you next year. So building the momentum and the following. And there's healing work that you do as well, please? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I am a healer.
Okay. But I also see a lot of intuitive messages, and let's not downplay that, okay, please?
I will not.
They are giving you information. They are giving you, I'll use a really interesting word, downloads of information, Stacy, that are here to assist you on the journey of channeling divine energy, not just of healing, but of inspiration. And it is so important for you to pick up that pen and for you to journal, because Gabriel's here to assist you with that. And Archangel Michael will assist you in cutting the cords of some past memories. And they talk about past trauma that has held you back and not allowed you to step into your full potential and divinity until this time. And that's why we're stepping out of the box this year, honey. We're getting out of the ho-hum of life, and we want to get creative. And the more creative you are, the freer that you are. I hear the song, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Right? So every day is going to be a beautiful day for you, and you're going to feel the flow of spirit. And then the flow of abundance comes, and the laws of attraction and manifestation begin to flow even more profoundly with you. I do see symbolic symbols as well that have been working towards you. I'm pretty sure you didn't see many of them right now, given your weather, but I am being shown dragonflies as a symbolic symbol for you, as your transformative, animal totem or insect totem. And this dragonfly is here to bring you the wisdom of the lifetimes gone before. So this is how I see that energy, Stacy. So yes, there is great success that comes for you in your spiritual business, your spiritual practice. Also giving me the energy of the crystals, particularly, and I'm going to rattle off some crystals for you, that particularly talk to me about hematite. They give me the energy of ocean jasper. They give me the energy of black tourmaline. They give me the energy of amethyst. They give me the energy of clear quartz. They give me the energy of bumblebee jasper as well for you. And they also talk to me about black obsidian. So these are the energies that will work really well in assisting and that are important for you in this calendar year of 2021 to have accessible to you. And as you're listening, remember this is recorded on Facebook. You know, it's approximately the 6:45-47 moment. You can always go back. If I rattled them off as fast as Spirit gave me, you probably didn't get to write them down, but you can go back to the Facebook page and take that clip of information for yourself. These will be very important tools on the journey, Stacy.
I thank you.
You're welcome. I trust I've been of service to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
God bless.
God bless you. 888-565-1470. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. And I've got Kevin. And Kevin's in Connecticut. What's going on, Kevin? How can we assist you tonight?
Hi. This is my first time calling. So,
Great, Kevin. Well, we welcome you.
Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you perfectly. So does the whole rest of the country. So good to have you.
Okay. Thank you. My question is, my sister and I, we really were never that close, but she's married. She has a daughter who by now is 9 years old. I seen her for the first time at our father's funeral.
Yes.
And I was just wondering if my sister's ever going to come around to introducing me to my niece.
Okay. Well, let me just tap into that energy a little bit and tell you a little bit about what I see coming for you as well. So first of all, Kevin, this year is really supposed to be about you focusing on setting a good foundation for yourself financially, okay?
Right.
The universe is going to help you with that. I feel like things have been slow and set back for you for a while. Does that make sense, Kevin?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually.
Yes. So
and I've been trying to get ahead at every chance I get, but it's like nothing seems to work out for me.
Okay. So we're going to restructure that statement, and we're going to work to create a different energy. So in the moment of now, we are not going to look at things don't work out for you. You're going to say everything's always working out for me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to remind you that the universe says that there's more than ample abundance coming to you, and it doesn't need to come through the ways that you think it has to come. It can come through multiple streams of income. So I am the man who is creating new opportunities for abundance to flow to me. And everything's always working out for me. So this is how you shift it. I feel as if, and this is the storyline my spirit guides give me, Kevin. So I feel as if your sister and everyone kind of got pitted against each other before the passing of the father. Does this make sense to you? Everyone was not on the same page. So there was a division between the two of you before the passing of the father. It kind of came to a head. And it's hard for people to forget what they think they know. And sometimes people get told information of things that may or may not be true. And so they accept it into their being. So it'd be like if someone said, oh, this about Kevin, and that person said, oh, okay, they accept that as truth. And so they begin to distance themselves from you. So I feel like there was a lot of misinformation and a lot of exaggeration is really the word they give me. That was done.
Oh, that my family is all about exaggeration, believe me.
All right. So all of this built this energy of separation. And that separation caused isolation for you and anxiety for you. And isolation and anxiety for several others, because you weren't the only one who was thrown under the bus, okay? But in the energy that I see, I do feel that a time will come. There's always a time and a place for us to have an opportunity. And if it's important to you that you want to connect with your niece, then I want you to hold that vision. I don't see that your sister's ready to do that yet. I feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had. Several conversations. Spirit is clear to correct me. But once we have those conversations, the way I feel the energy moving is that I feel as if there's going to be an opportunity for you to connect with her, whether it's remotely on a device or whether it's in person. But Kevin, here's the best thing.
I would like to do it in person if
of course.
She feels that's okay with her.
Well, we may need to test the water, right? We may have to put our toe in the water and go, I'm going on Zoom. Let's go. Okay, so there's so many ways for us all to connect. That's the one thing the pandemic pointed out to everyone. But I want you to understand this, Kevin.
Okay.
People's opinions do not define you.
All right.
And sometimes we can't take things personally because it's a reflection of where they are in a belief and a limitation. So you have the power to decide whether it's going to hook into you and cause you to not feel good enough and worthy and less than, which is unfortunately how you've been feeling. And it has also been responsible for a lot of the setback.
Like that, and I just can't seem to shake that.
Yes, because there's a limited belief, Kevin, that is stemming from when you were younger. And you were kind of passed over at a very early age. And you weren't acknowledged by the male figure in the family. And this is where you didn't fit in. So whatever the hardship was.
The male figure would be my father.
I understand. I know that.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's always tried to acknowledge my accomplishments and everything.
Yeah.
My mom, growing up, I mean, she kind of ruled the house. Yeah. I mean, and now that I think back on it, she was kind of overbearing.
Right.
With the strictness and the rules, and it always, her and I were always at it, arguing, especially when I started getting older, like, teenage years.
Right, and that's normal.
On into high school.
That is normal.
And it's like...
But somewhere... But listen to me, Kevin, before they wave me off to commercial, but somewhere in the early beginning, you weren't made to feel important enough. And now when people...
You're right.
And when people push you off to the side, you don't really feel like you're heard or seen. So...
Right.
Your sister's choice does not define who you are and your worthiness as a person. And when your niece is older, then she will have the free will of talking to you after the age of 18, you see. So there's always opportunities. But for now, I see increase in finances, and I do feel that there's an olive branch, a way to bridge this gap between the two of you that can lead up to the conversation of connecting with your niece through some means, be it remotely and then eventually in person. Kevin, how did you hear about the show?
My fiance and her daughter told me.
Wonderful. Well, thank your fiance and her daughter. I greatly appreciate your joining our happy little family, and I trust I've been of service to you, and you'll continue to listen and follow us every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go to Facebook and pull a question from Facebook. We've got them piling up. And then when we come back from our Facebook questions, we've got calls all across the nation. And I want to hear from you at 888-565-1470. And we got Baby Cakes Love. Baby love, my baby love. But Baby Cakes Love, she says, hey, Sarah, please, when will I be traveling anytime soon? And when will my kid's father stop harassing my life, please? And then she's got another and. But I think that's quite enough in one question. So first thing, the way I see it here is traveling anytime soon. I really don't see any travel to the month of June for you personally. So I want you to be open to that energy and know that it's time for you to wait for the perfect opportunity for travel. And your kid's father will not stop harassing you because he doesn't want you to move forward and have a life without him. And he kind of wants to maintain some control, even though he's really not a part of your life. So, my darling, you have to put the boundaries up for that. And when will he? When you lay a few other boundaries that will kind of keep him in his place. Until then, just keep your kids safe and know that they need to feel loved and supported. Thanks so much, Baby Cakes Love. Love having you here on our Facebook feed. Who else do we have on our Facebook feed? And let's see, we've got Danielle Thomas. Danielle Thomas, thanks so much for following us. I know you pop up on our feed often, so thank you so much for being there. Hey, Sarah. She says, normally I would ask about my love life, but now she's changed directions. U-turn. She's going another way. And she was wondering if her business will take off soon. Actually, Danielle Thomas, there's no better time to turn the car around and pick up a new route. And I do feel like there's going to be a shift in career for you, the financial aspect of it, and business taking off. And this takes me to the month of May. So put the work in, sit back, and move those moving pieces so that you can move forward in the direction of financial wellness. And you'll be reaping the rewards a little more strongly in the month of September of 2021. Get going. Thanks. Bye. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to answer your questions right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinion.
Everyone is here for a reason.
If I could see the world differently now, I'd be seeing me as one with you. If I can see the love within me now, I will see the love in you. We all come to shine our light now. We all come to be all we can be, just you and me. If I could see love in everything now, I would see the world differently now. So I will take my vision in my mind now, and I'll see love. And I'll see love. I'll see love.
In state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit oxygenrescuecarecentersofamerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed. There's a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. We are going to answer your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we're answering questions on Facebook. So let's take a look at what we've got going on in Facebook. Before we go back to our phone lines, we've got an interesting question going on here. we've got a question from Claire Moss. And she says, hey, Sarah. She was a very successful working medium for 25 years, and she knew her guides inside out. And after a trauma, about 6 years ago, she kind of lost that contact. And so her question is, am I going to get that connection back, or is that part of my life gone forever? And Claire, that's a great question. And what I have to say to you is kind of powerful. So take a listen. The guides never went anywhere. The way you're going to connect to them is different. You're expecting it to feel the way it felt before. But now there's a different way that they're going to communicate with you. And we don't have to try to do it the same way. Because within you, there's a downloaded bit of information that you really don't need that external chatter anymore. They gave you what you need, Claire. It's inside of you. You have all the answers that can assist others as a medium. And you will get the promptings from within to make that connection as a medium to the loved ones on the other side. It's just the mechanics of it is going to be different. And that's something that you learn over time that often, and I'm sure you've had this, where you developed relationships with your spirit guides and then something changed. But this is a much more drastic change, and I can most certainly understand that, to feel as if like you had the plug pulled out from you and you kind of lost all connection, no more electricity, you don't have that feeling. The guides have not abandoned you. They are there. But they have given you some gifts inside that perhaps there's a better way for you to make these connections now, relying more within the soul self, not the human self, with the external connection of the guides. Claire, this part of your life is not, and I accentuate the word not, over. You will continue to work with spirit. You'll continue to be a medium. It's just a journey that's going to take a little bit of time. And as you move forward, and we hear this dawning of the age of Aquarius, and we step into this Aquarian age, the you that you were in another lifetime, in a past time, in the times of Atlantis, that being within you is going to rise to the surface, and you will have a new, different way of connection. And your guides will be there cheering you on. You'll feel them again one day, but for now, they have a new way and a better way for you to work. Keep me posted on this progress, Claire. We send you much love, and we know that it can be a really off-putting feeling, but all will be well. Thanks so much. 888-565-1470. We're going to go to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Amanda. Amanda is in Connecticut. Amanda, how are you tonight?
I'm good. It's chilly up here, Sarah.
Is it really? Well, I'm so sorry that you're freezing, but we are toasty warm. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're too hot to handle over there, so okay. Amanda, what's going on? How can I assist you tonight?
I want to say thank you for doing your class last week. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to joining you tomorrow night for that class, for tomorrow night's class.
Our love class. I'm excited to teach that one.
Yeah,
yes.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I want to know for this year, and I know I try calling and I always don't ask first. I would really love to connect with my angels if any of them come through, and especially this week is hard. This was supposed to be the week I should have been expecting, so I'm struggling with that, and just overall just wanted to see what you saw overall, what comes through to you.
Absolutely. Well, let's see what they give us here. The first thing they make me aware of, Amanda, is that, yes, I understand it's difficult, and we thought that there would be another little precious life here as a part of your experience. But that little loved one is still with you. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just in the energy. And you can light them a candle and tell them that you are happy for the connection. And you would have loved to have had them in the physical manifestation, but that you understand that it wasn't their time. That's all it was.
Okay. Do you happen to see what caused it, or it just happened, if they were sick or not?
It was before the 3rd month. Is this correct, please?
I didn't know till June, and the doctors mistreated me, and so I really didn't know anything. I didn't even have a due date besides what they were going by with blood work. I just got mistreated, and literally I had to find out the day after Father's Day in the hospital. The ultrasound check was, you're having an abnormal pregnancy. We believe it was, you were leading at 6 weeks. I knew nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
that's
So
what
I
I'm
see.
struggling
Okay,
a
sweetheart,
lot.
listen to me. Okay? Don't hold the story. Before the third month, okay, you were not more than 3 months. You lost the baby before the third month. Okay? So the baby in the energy is connected to you. The story of what happened, as much as we go through it in life and it causes us distress, does not define the experience. You were connected to a being. The being is a part of you, and in the energetic blueprint, still connected with you.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the circumstances are, they were all part of the unfortunate story that left you feeling despair.
Yeah, I'm just not
Okay.
myself. I'm struggling a lot with it.
Okay. But we have to heal, and we do have to let it go so that we can be in alignment for the next wonderful experience that comes. And this is how we really hope to teach you and others to restructure your thoughts and not keep holding on to things that have happened in the past, because it becomes a bag of bricks that you constantly are throwing in front of yourself and tripping yourself all over again in another way. But many of us who've lost a child, we know what it feels like. And it's a very sad experience. And there's a true feeling of something missing. So we are not to make light of the experience that you're having this week. But it's also for you to rise above it and know that you're a strong being who is living out a story, and God has a better ending for you than the chapter that you're choosing to hold on to in the story that is your life.
Okay.
So when you're ready, sooner than later, turn the page. Turn the page and know that there is something better coming in the chapters to come. Amanda, this year is a year of your spiritual growth and your financial growth. And this is also a year of relationship energy getting stronger. And learning to cut out the opinions of others. You know, everybody's got opinion. You know what they say about opinions, so let's not go there. And you have to hold on to what you know and what you see in your human eye as your truth. And not let anybody sidetrack you. You're on a journey.
That's hard and easy at the same time, getting sidetracked, but still trying to stay on that right path.
Well, sometimes we have to disconnect. You know, sometimes that's why people just pick up and move. Because everybody's talking at me. I don't hear what they're saying. Because people are like, rah, 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 like a Charlie Brown movie. But we need to move forward. Amanda, it's going to be a good year for you. And this year really represents you're having this opportunity to network and connect and build a new life for yourself. So focus on that. And then everything else that you desire.
Where's the networking coming in with the new life, like?
For business. For business.
A business?
Yeah.
What type of business do you see, or?
You're going to create that. That's still in the early formative energy. But there is business for you. There is some kind of passive income that comes to you.
I have been wanting to try getting into making personalized items. I got a circuit machine. I'm just trying to figure out how to go about it, and that's been my goal, is somehow creating a business.
Well, it's there. I don't know that part of you. Isn't it amazing that Spirit brings that to you and says, hey, we've got a business?
I'm telling you, you might think I'm crazy. I want to make a business out of this machine. Like, everyone's doing it. You see it all over social media. I could do that, too, and build income somehow.
And that's what you're going to do. So just focus on it. Amanda, thank you so much. Great connecting with you. Thanks for participating in our class. And I look forward to seeing you in the love class tomorrow night.
Me too. Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Stay warm, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you too. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go right back to the phone lines. And I've got to go to Pembroke Pines. I've got Sandy on the line. Sandy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Sandy. And how can I assist you?
Well, everything in your show so far, I'm hearing the messages. So, but today's a very special day for a past loved one. So I wanted to see if they had anything to say, or, who's around and in the realm.
Absolutely. Well, we will definitely hold the energy. As I like to instruct people, you and I are just going to have our normal conversation. I will open up the space, and we will see if they step forward here, okay, on this very important day for all of you. When I first open up the energy for you, my dear, the first thing that I am given here is that this year is really for you to make some choices so that you can make the change that makes your heart feel free. So they're making me feel like you're feeling a little stuck and stagnant at this time in your life. Am I making sense to you?
I think so, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And they're talking to me about a heart, and they're giving me a heart, and they're making me feel like there's something that ties you to a heart. So I get the feeling that you were the heart of someone else who has passed. Does this make any sense to you, please?
It does.
Okay, hold
It
on. That's
does.
all I've got for you. So I will just keep telling you. So you just say yes if it makes sense, and I continue. And even if it doesn't make sense, I'm still going to continue, honey, because I got to report the news, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. But I have to go to the month of December because that seems to be an important time for your family as well. And is there a birthday coming up? Was there a birthday that came up in the month of December tied to someone in family, important, connected to the person, the loved one on the other side, please? They're showing me like a lineage, the month of December. Who is that, please?
That would be my sister and my niece.
Okay. And the person who stands above your sister and niece is directly related to them. Is this correct, please? Because this is how I see that. Yes, please?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm working with the person. They're kind of showing me where they are, but they're not talking that much yet. So I'm waiting for them to give me this message here. So I got to go back to the hearts, honey. I got to go back to the hearts.
Okay.
So is there a heart? Is there a heart with initials or something that we have? What is this heart connected to you and this loved one on the other side?
When he passed, in his passing, I left a heart for him.
Okay.
It was, I want to say, a saline heart, because you were talking crystals earlier.
Yes.
So I'm into my little, and I collect heart crystals.
Beautiful. Okay. See, it makes sense, right? And I just have to have it connect. And so because they give me a heart. And sometimes they talk about a heart, and I'm like, oh, that's something having to do with their heart. But no, they were talking about a heart. And if you were here with me, you'd see me drawing hearts all over my page, but a big heart, like you're a piece of their heart, and that heart is still significant. So they weren't letting that go. We can talk about everything else we think is important, but they wanted that message to be clear because only you would know that you gave them the heart.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And that is your confirmation that they are with you. The details, those are only for you. But connection to prove that they are really with you is something that is unique to you so that you know they truly hear you and are with you at this time. This makes sense now, yes?
Yes.
That's why I say we're going to just talk and we're going to just see what Spirit has to say, and I'm going to let them come in their own time and give me what they think is important instead of my going, okay, what do you got for me? You got this? You got that? This is what they have for you. Okay? Now, I also feel like there's something coming up. So we're going to do something for this person. Yes, please. And this person stands above you in the energy like a father, grandfather energy, but I feel like it's more father energies. What is that, please?
Yes, and it's his birthday today, so I wanted to wish him a happy birthday in heaven.
Yes. Well, he's wishing you happy love from his heart because you are his heart. And isn't it interesting that he ties your sister and your niece as part of the lineage? This all makes sense to you now, yes?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. He is with you. Light a candle, have a birthday party without him here, but he doesn't want you to cry.
Okay.
Okay, do not cry.
Okay, I don't usually cry, but I was teary-eyed last night and on antsy, if you will.
Well, there's a song Spirit gave us, and I want to give it to you so you could hear. And I think it's available on my website or on Reverb Nation, somewhere you can find the actual song. It's called Don't You Cry. Don't you cry. Don't you hide. You've got to live your life, even though you don't see me. I'm right here. So know he's right there with you, honey, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, Sandy. How did you hear about the show?
Yeah, the radio station, your channel, your radio
Well, thank
show.
you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you continue to listen. Pop on my Facebook feed or YouTube. Catch some of the other things that we've done. Thank you for making a connection. Happy birthday to your dad in heaven. And don't cry, honey. He's right there with you. And you've got his heart. He's got your heart. You guys are connected. Bye for now.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Take care.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we got to go all across the nation. We've got Louisiana. We got right here in South Florida, and we got Seattle. So we've got a couple other places across the globe. So I sure hope to talk to you. 888-565-1470. Put a little love in your heart. It's the holiday of love. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we'll be right back.
Before I walk through the door, do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing.
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There, you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater.
Yes, indeed. There's a movie playing in a different theater. Only we're not going to the theaters. We're watching it on Netflix in our own little living room. Get the popcorn. It's time for a party. We're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And I sure hope that you're leaving your messages on Facebook, because we're going to pop back into Facebook and answer some more questions. Leave it in the feed on Facebook and YouTube. And I've got to go back to the phone lines. I've got Brooke. Brooke is in Louisiana. Brooke, how are you?
I'm doing very good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Brooke. And how can I assist you?
Well, of course, there's no work coming up for me, but yes. I did meet this guy, and it's very interesting because we both kind of have a thing for each other. We met this week, and for some reason, I'm kind of scared to open my heart to love or to like someone. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been closed up for so long, and I always think back on why I'm so scared.
All right. I'm going to pause you, because in the caller before, I talked about taking a bag of bricks that you're carrying on your shoulders of all your problems and all the disappointments, and then having it drop in front of you and tripping yourself. Getting to know someone doesn't mean you're opening your heart. You're just getting to know you, getting to know all about you. That's all you're doing. You've got to show up fully present and do what you need to do. And as you get to know him, then you decide if you feel comfortable enough to share more personal, intimate things about yourself. And still, nowhere did I say we're opening our heart, because our heart should always be open. Because when we dwell in the life of love, it is love of self first. Therefore, the heart is always open. So if you're closing your heart off to other people, you've got your heart closed off to yourself. There lies the thing we want to address. So if you're feeling a connection to him, and when is his birthday?
I actually haven't gotten. I don't know his birthday.
Okay.
We're still getting to know each other as part of the entire. As everything is progressing,
Okay, so we're going to give you rule number 1 in the land of Sarah Spiritual. Basic 101 dinner conversation. Oh, Wes, yeah. So when's your birthday? Oh, wonderful. Nothing wrong with asking that question. That's like number 101. That's in between appetizer and entree. That's the question. What's your birthday? All right?
Right.
Back in the day, it used to be, what's your sign? That used to be a real good pickup line. But you're having dinner or talking to someone or text messaging, whatever we're doing, say, hey, when's your birthday? If they say, why do you want to know? Say, well, I would hate if it came up and I didn't get to wish you happy birthday. So when's your birthday? I go right back to the question, when's your birthday? So it's a good question to have. But I say this to you. It is a journey of getting to know someone else. And Brooke, you need a distraction. We talked to you last week. And last week we talked about how you can't wait to get out of your house. Is this correct? And we talked about the fact that you still haven't found a job and you're feeling down and out, yes?
Yeah.
And how you were feeling trapped. We also talked about how you didn't like the way your mom was treating you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about all of that. And now the universe was like, hello, angels? We're going to have to do something. Got Brooke here trapped in the house with her mother, and she's about ready to have a meltdown. So let's bring in some distraction. Bring her someone who's nice to talk to, because Brooke is not happy talking to her mother. 1 minute, she's going to take a piece of cake and smash it in the woman's face. Can't have that stuff happening over in Brooke's house. Wouldn't be godly like, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I made you laugh. Got to understand that everything in the energy is listening. But I also caution you, from a place of dissatisfaction in a current circumstance and condition, a current existence, it's difficult to attract something that is happy and comfortable. So you have to readjust yourself and be happy and grateful for where you are, which I know we talked about last week.
Yes.
Okay. So in the moment of now, Brooke is grateful for the roof over her head and her very bossy mother, who is doing her best to make sure that Brooke has a good life. Because one day, Mother won't be here, and Brooke wants to make sure, her mom wants to make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And that's really the methodology. Now, Mom might not have the best way of going about it, but we love her anyhow because we have to meet people where they are and love her for who she is. We don't always have to like who she is. And in the moment of now, there's a lot of people who are out of work, and they're learning to get creative and daydream and think about what else they can do. Because maybe when life goes back to a routine, even though they want it to right away because they're used to the paycheck and they're feeling like they're falling behind, just like you, Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
They're realizing, just like you, that maybe we don't want to go back to the job we had or do the same thing. So what might it look like if we do something different? I say this to you, Brooke, and everyone across the world. If you're in a setback, that setback is a setup for your comeback. It is a setup for your comeback. You can use it as a setback and let it keep you down, or you can use it as your stepping stone to your greatness. That is up to you.
Okay.
So embrace this person, get to know him, and just have fun.
Okay.
We're not
Sounds like a
skipping.
plan.
We're not skipping down the aisle yet. Thou shalt not get ready for that yet in our head, right? So we're playing getting to know you. And I want you to thank your angels tonight because they said, Brooke needs a distraction. Bring in from stage left a guy. Let's go. And here you are. So I'm kind of excited by this news, and I think this is very good for you. Actually, let me say I'm enthusiastic to hear this.
I am too.
All right. Patience. Work will come. Things will get on track. In the meantime, girls just want to have fun. Okay? Have some fun, honey. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're welcoming your phone calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we've got to go to Facebook. We're going to pull some questions from Facebook before we go to Seattle. So let's see what we've got in our Facebook feed. And we'll pull up a question. There we go. We're searching through the questions. We've got a YouTube question. And we've got Linda. Linda So Cool, So Grim. She says she wants to know about her and love for February 2021. She says, I'm feeling a bit of hot and cold, my feelings for him. And she says, thank you. So let me go over this. The hot and cold is there's a little bit of a disconnect. His ways of being are not jiving with who you are. And you're feeling that he's a little self-centered, a little anal retentive, and not quite giving you the attention. So there's a bit of selfishness here. So you're questioning whether he's truly in the relationship of getting to know you and participating in this relationship, or he's just showing up to show up. This will unveil itself, and we're in Mercury retrograde. So let's take a look at what is showing up to not be a match. And in this energy of things being out of sorts, use it as a time to understand who he is, and don't let a miscommunication sideway the relationship just yet. Let's let Mercury retrograde pass, and then we'll get to see things for its true colors. Patience in this one here. I don't know. I know you're feeling hot and cold, but take a step back. No need to feel too hot or too cold. Just want you just right, and be the impersonal observer for a moment and take a look at the relationship and ask yourself this question, Linda. Who does he remind you of from the past, and what can you learn from this experience? That will serve you better than anything. Thanks so much for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question from YouTube and Facebook. Let's see. We've got a Facebook question. We've got Ricky with, I won't even mess up your last name, Ricky, but we got Ricky W. And Ricky W says, recently I had some beautiful magical manifestations and experiences, which I believe are from my ancestors. And I feel then, part two of the question is, yes? What's part two? There we go. We've got, I believe they're from my ancestors, and I feel that, well, I'm assuming that Ricky's saying he's feeling that they're messages from his ancestors.
It's like if they are saying anything.
Yes, it is a message that they're saying to you, and these manifestations are that they are hearing you and what you're asking for and what you're looking to create. So I say to you this, Ricky, be open and receptive as you have been. Know that your ancestors have paved the way, and they're using these experiences to teach you and show you what life has to offer you. And I feel that the more you get aligned with your manifestation and your magical manifestation energy, the better things are going to be. Thank you so much, Ricky, for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Seattle. I've got Maisha on the line. Maisha, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. I'm okay.
Good.
How
good.
are you?
I'm doing well. We've spoken before, yes?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So, Manisha, what is your question?
My question is...
I always love when people laugh. I go, what's your question? Like, wait till you hear this one, Sarah. Okay.
Well, hopefully it's not that bad.
Okay.
I was just curious as to whether or not my godmother was here, and if so, if she had any messages.
Okay. So, first of all, you've been asking a lot of questions of the universe, and you've been talking to a lot of ancestors who've passed before. Is that true? Yes?
Yes.
And your godmother was someone who was more than just a godmother. She was really more like a mother to me, is how I see her. Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. She brings a role model energy to the table here for us, all right? And she makes me feel as if... So you're lamenting over a change that you want to make in your life, and you're not sure, and you would definitely sit down and talk to her if she were here about what you want to do, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also not feeling heard and validated by the people who are in your circle, yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. And the circle that I see here is kind of small right now. And you're kind of feeling like you're standing alone. This is what she's showing me. This is true, yes?
Yes.
Now, I see a light. Makes me feel like we lit a candle for her, please. We did a prayer for her recently, please. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, right? In the very recent time, there was some prayer and candle of some sort that we lit for her, yes? Because she shows me a light. And she also talks to me about her coming to you in the dream. You remember your dream where she came to you?
Yes.
Okay.
There's been a lot of them.
Okay. And it's like she's trying to tell you to stay on the straight and narrow. You have to stay on your path. This is how she makes me feel. I hope this makes some sense to you.
It does. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's also giving me a box. So you have a gift box from her, please?
Yes.
You do. And in there is something momentous between the two of you. Is this also true, yes?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. When she gives me this box, she tells me, as she hands me the gift box, she doesn't open it for me. She hands me the box as if I'm to hand it to you. And she wants to remember who you are. I feel as if there's a disconnect from someone around you who's close to you that's also causing you some angst. Is this also true?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And she wants you to know that you're not alone and you need to let that go. Okay? It will work itself out. But they're also talking about a move. My spirit guide said something about a move. You want to move?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. There's a move coming for you. Okay. You know, your godmother, God bless her, she's a strong woman. And she takes this coat, but it's like a sweater coat. I don't know if she used to wear a sweater coat.
Yes, she did.
Okay. And she takes this coat, and she's taking it from her, and she's putting it over your shoulders as if you're cold. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if she used to do that for you, but she takes this and she puts it on you to let you know that she's here to keep you warm, to keep you safe, and to comfort you, even though you don't see her now. You have to put yourself first, believe in yourself, She wants you to let that go, is again what she says. And it's time to move. Physically move and move on as well.
Okay.
Don't sacrifice yourself for another. I hope that makes sense to you.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense.
You've called the show before, yes?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
yes.
Great. I trust that I've given you evidence of bringing in your godmother for you and that you know that she is with you and supporting you. Yes?
You did, yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
God bless you, and
right.
bye for now.
Thank you.
All will be well. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, well, we've got to come right back to the phone lines. We are channeling up the energy from the great beyond, and I can't wait to talk to you. It's a love show. We're going to put a little love in our hearts. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
you seen me? Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking with all of you right here on WWNN. Sure hope that you join me tomorrow night for my love class. There's a coupon code. Pop it in the feed, and I'd love you to join me. The class is only $9 after you pop in the code. We've got a spiritual protection class coming up and so many other classes. And if you would like your own personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, want to hang with me for a general session, a soul journey, would you like to do some healing work? Whatever you'd like to do, we've got quite a few sessions for you to choose from. You can go to sarahspiritual.com and come on up to my wonderful, wonderful, beautiful palace of oasis of spiritual energy, the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We've got crystals and we've got statues and fairies and books and incense and baths and sprays and aromatherapy and bracelets and, oh, so much goodies. You can never believe how many. We've got our Come To Me bath, too, so I guess I'll sprinkle a little bit of that out up and down on I-95, and you can all follow the yellow brick road and come to me in West Palm Beach at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. You can learn more about my center right on my website. I sure hope to see you there if you're local in South Florida. If you're visiting the beach here from another chilly state, well, pop on in and tell me that I came to see you, Sarah Spiritual. So let's go back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Joey in Hollandale. Joey, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm so great. I'm great. I finally was able to talk to you.
Yes, I'm glad we're able to make a connection, Joey. And how can I assist you tonight?
Okay, business is going. I want to know if I'm going in the right direction. I got art exploding. I got a cleaning lady. I got all this stuff that's good coming in.
Good.
What is my next direction? And I even met somebody who's not really a love interest, but new people coming into my life.
Well, it's kind of that kind of year for you. It's a time for you to make that shift and change, and you're getting ready to clean house. Spring clean is the word they tell me. You love to spring clean there, Joey. That's what they tell me. And you've been kind of moving some things around in your house as well. And when
Yes,
I look
I
at the
have.
energy, I feel like this is, your powerful, heartfelt year. This is a year that everything you do it with heart. You do it with what matters, with your soul, and everything you do from a connected place. And Joey, when I look at this energy, they make me feel like this is the ideal time for primary partnership. And the real energy I'm talking about heats up when we step into the month of July. That seems to, when the sun's shining real high, we got that vibe of love is in the air with every sight and every sound. We got that energy for you. So I feel like people you're meeting are just your window shopping, kind of strolling down the avenue, kind of taking it in. And as far as your work is concerned, then you are on the path. You are finally showing up and being consistent. They tell me in the past you weren't consistent. You do a little something and then you get sidetracked or doubt yourself or not followed through. So now they don't want you sidetracked. They want you following through and showing up for the work part. You were always faithful to spirit, always connected to the masters, but you weren't following through in the expression of it. And now this is what you're learning to do. And as you learn how to do it, you'll discover the ways that make you feel the best. Because it is about your free will and how you wish to express the connection with spirit and where you find the joy and how you can best, of course, create the flow of business around you. So you are on track, and I feel once the month of April comes, things really, really get hopping for you. So clean, redecorate, get everything in order, and things are going to pick up some momentum and then really heat up in the month of July. I trust I've been of service to you, Joey.
You have been always of service to me. Every message that you have given me, it always rings in my head. I actually think, Sarah, can you hear me? Sarah, can you help me not be frightened? You have such a way that has opened my heart to express myself uniquely. And I am, I don't want to advertise, but I do a happy hour readings because I combine something that I love with a piano player teacher that I have, my guru, my person that taught me all things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think about you with I'm even doing paintings. Archangel Michael is coming next.
Good.
And all my gifts are coming to the fore, and I just wanted to know that I'm not on the wrong path.
Nope. And you got to follow through now. Just follow through.
Well,
And then,
thank you. The
Papa, can
costume
you
changes
hear
have.
me? Yes, Papa, I can hear you. Okay.
I gotta tell you. I won 3 numbers with the numbers that you gave me last January.
Great. Perfect.
I'm on the great path. I'm gonna keep going.
Wonderful. I'm glad you won. I'm really glad you won. Thanks so much, Joey. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right.
God
Bye
bless
for
you.
now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go right back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Ken in Fort Pierce. Ken, how are you doing?
Doing tonight, Sarah?
I'm doing wonderfully, Ken, and how can I assist you tonight?
My primary question is, do you see my mom visiting me or anybody else in my family?
Your mom who's passed for a while. Is this correct, please? Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, your mom does get around. I've got to say that. Your mom pops in, and more than just to let you know that she's with you, I feel like she's connected to the sisters. Yes, there's 2 sisters or 2 that have connected with her or look for her. Is this correct, please?
No, just she doesn't have any. She has a brother, but he's still alive.
No, you have 2 sisters, Ken. Yes.
Well, one biological, one half sister. Yeah.
Okay. So somebody in the half sister or the sister are feeling her. This is what I'm being told. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So they're because I'm being made aware there's 2 sisters, and whether it's biological or not, you still have 2 sisters. Yes, this is how she makes me feel. All right.
Okay.
So mom's energy is around you here, and let me work on this a little bit for you, Ken. Ken, how did you hear about the show?
My daughter.
Okay. Perfect. So, Ken, you have a pain in your wrist. Who's having a problem with their wrist? She's making me aware of something with the wrist. Is this her wrist, your wrist? What is that, please?
She did have a assistant. I believe I was.
Go ahead.
In one of her hands, but
okay, because she's holding her wrist like there's something. So there was something going on with her wrist. Yes, please, because this is what she's showing me. So she's showing me her wrist. I don't know if it's her wrist, your wrist. She's making me aware of the wrist. She's starting to come through for me. So before they wave me off for the end of the show, I'm going to do my best to get some information for you, okay? Okay, great. So she also makes me feel like she did come to you and you felt her in the dream state, but not so much in the dream as much as you kind of felt her in the house. Does this make any sense to you, please?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Don't sleep very well, so that's don't really get into a dream state that often.
But you felt her presence in the room, please? This is how she makes me feel. Because
a little bit.
Okay, so she makes me feel like she comes to you in the dream state, and she comes to you in the energy of the room so that you can connect with her, okay? They're getting ready to wave me off commercials, so I do hope that you call back next week. We can establish a different connection because they're actually getting ready to take me off the air for the end of the show.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard for me to hold the space with her so I can make that connection, Ken. But I send you much love and know that she is with you, and we will connect again in the future. Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
888-565-1470. We sure hope to hear from you next week, and give us your questions. And if you want to be on the phone lines with us, then the phone lines open right at 6 p.m. So you want to call a little bit early and make sure that you are in the queue. We also want to hear from you on Facebook, on your Facebook messages. Pop in the messages with your questions. I will continue to answer your questions live in the feed. And we also want to hear from you on YouTube. Would you like to follow me on Instagram? Follow me on Facebook? I sure hope you do. Visit us at the West Palm Beach location of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. You there can have a personal in-person session with me. Otherwise, if you're not local or you're not comfortable with in-person, then do know that you can pop in and visit me live on Skype. We can do a phone session. We can do a Zoom call. Whatever works for you. Go to sarahspiritual.com. I send you all much love and this holiday weekend of love. May St. Valentine pierce your heart and fill you with self-love first, so that you can love and honor you, and then shine that light out to everyone else in the world, and trust that love is always the strongest power. Love is the answer at all times. Remember to be kind to others. Trust that the universe has your back. God is with you, the angels are there, and your loved ones are always on target, right there with you. I appreciate your following the show, Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. God bless you. Good night. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its